Have you noticed that good people seem to be unlucky when it comes to true love? I mean, someone who has kept themselves, someone who has prepared him or herself to be a great partner, someone who has been preserving themselves, somebody who has been getting ready, who has been growing, who has been grooming themselves, and they have been dreaming of having a fulfilling marriage, a great love partner, or the so-called church girls, or the children of God. I mean, they are really so embedded and rooted in God that you really see that this person is going to be a great partner. But all of a sudden, it seems there is a pattern. It seems there is a very dark spirit. These people seem to be ending up with the toxic people. A very good girl that you know of, you grew up with her, and she used to reject men. She used to not to mix herself with boys. She had standards, until almost everybody hated her, especially the males, because they could not access her. Only for you to hear that she married a very toxic man. Or a very cool guy who was nice, who was hardworking. He's financially stable, steady, hardworking, very smart guy. His career is so propping, so developing. People look up to him. But when it comes to love, he has a very narcissistic woman. Or these people don't even succeed in their dating. They always seem to hit snags. And then they come out and say, I'm bewitched. I am not meant for true love. And actually they come back and preach the gospel of, there is no point preserving yourself. It doesn't make sense. Have you encountered such people? I'm sure you have. In our community here, in our society. Well, in this video, I'm going to break down and tell you the dynamics that are involved there. Now, the first problem as to why such people usually end up with toxic partners is because they do not have the right dating skills. I repeat, they do not have the right dating skills. These people do the first step. Congratulations and thank you for developing yourself. Thank you very much for accepting to grow yourself, to be having a vision of being a great partner. But the problem is you did not get the right dating skills. The first step in getting a great partner is becoming a great partner yourself, which you have done. But now the problem is when it came to searching for somebody like you used the same skills, you used the same information, you used the misleading hearsay, you used the popular dating way of people who end up with toxic partners. You did not get the right dating skills. So you go around, so now people see you as prey. Remember when you develop yourself, when you're a man and you're financially stable, and you look like a responsible guy, remember now you become the target. You are no longer the hunter, now you are the hunted. You are now a prince, and many women would like to have a piece of that kind of good life because you have a bright future. So you don't realize now you are a prince, you need to be able to read and be able to analyze character. You don't have that skill of analyzing character. You cannot discern motives. So you fall into traps of narcissistic women. That's why these guys end up with wrong women, because they do not know how to analyze character. They kept on dating with the same knowledge of people who are crying of heartbreaks. This society, I hope you know. You know that people think they know when it comes to relationships, but the more they think they know, the more we see several cases of breakups, of toxic relationships, of breaking marriages, and so forth. So what you didn't do is, you did not get the right dating skill. You did not learn what we call character analysis. You projected your good into people, which is going to be my second point. You don't know how to see a red flag when you're dating. You don't know how to maintain the boundaries. So you forgot that now you are the target. You are a great woman, you have standards, you even built your career, you're ready to be the princess or the queen. But you don't know the world of men. You don't know how men operate. You don't know, you have no knowledge. You have not had any information about men. So you usually focus on becoming a great partner, but you do not study the world of the opposite gender. That's one thing you're missing out. That's one reason as to why you are ending up with toxic people. Because when you meet these people, remember, even bad people want to marry good people. So they also come professing love. They also come pretending to be good people the same way others do. They come using the same language. So it would take your dating skills, it would take your dating knowledge to be able to know who is the right person, who is the wrong one. But now you also here with no knowledge of that, you're using the popular information which is already misleading, which is not working, which is futile. That's one reason as to why these guys, these good guys, these great guys end up with toxic partners because they do not have the dating skills. What do you do then? I want to tell you that after you prepare yourself to be a great partner, I want you to seek for dating skills. Hire a life coach. Okay? Read books about men. If you are a woman, lady, know how men operate in their world. Learn how to character analyze. Learn how to discern motives. Because these people use the same language. Scammers. In fact, it is sad, and I'm not happy to tell you that it's actually bad people who are fast at identifying good people. They are so good at spotting. So when you come and you are highly valuable, you are prepared to be a great partner, you are like a child carrying meat and passing among lions, or passing among hungry dogs, or you are like a deer in the forest passing among hungry lions. You will be eaten with the meat. You will be eaten as prey. So you're moving around with a lot of value, but you don't know how to discern motives. You don't have the skill to know, no, that's a liar. That's not someone I should partner with. That's a problem number one. Problem number two is you project your goodness on two people. Most good people think everyone is good like them. So they do not take the trouble to character analyze. Instead, they go there. When the chemistry works, they go ahead to project their goodness into people. They convince themselves they are the ones. In fact, these are the people who even tend to think that they can love somebody out of their situation. For example, if they get someone who is a drunkard, they will go ahead and marry a drunkard thinking they can love them or their love can change such a person. So they go around thinking they can change people. Instead of, you see, dating is not about you going to change people. Dating is you interviewing, studying, valuing, assessing people to pick who aligns with you. Life is so short for you to go around teaching people the basic. In fact, for you to go around changing people, you cannot even change people. God himself does not really do it to the way we thought he would. He also lets people choose. That is a choice. You let people choose. And so you choose people based on who they are. You don't go around trying to teach people. That's not dating. We only teach and share in marriage. We only tolerate inside marriage. After you first go through a critical process of choosing the right person, now in marriage, you can actually tolerate. You can actually teach them. You can actually advise them. You can actually work out on changing what can be changed. But when you're dating, don't be merciless. You cannot go. Imagine you going to buy a car and then you get a car that has a condition and you repair it before you even buy it. No, you first go and choose a car in a good condition. Then when you bring it home, when it is yours, when it gets an issue, is when you can now change it. Work on it, take it to the garage. But you cannot go to a yard, you have not even bought the car, but you're choosing the one which has a condition and you're trying to repair it before you even buy it. Have you ever seen people do that? That's what you're doing when you go around trying to teach people in dating. Wake up. So, good people, make sure on top of preparing yourself, you have the right dating skills and also you choose people for who they are. You cannot change people. I hope that helps. Cheers.